So starting off in Buffalo, and we're gonna go. This is gonna be pretty snappy, by the way. It's like, uh, we're not gonna we're not gonna go through the life story of every single player. But yeah, so head coach Mark Levy, 4 straight Super Bowl appearances, coach of the year in '88, all-time winningest coach in Bills history. Enough said.
Should have gotten a ring.
Yep, agreed. You got the same guy?
Same guy.
Sweet.
To move on to quarterback, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Believe it or not, no disrespect to Jim Kelly at all, but I'm a Josh Allen guy.
And color me shocked because I thought he was going to be a purist, and I went Josh Allen also.
Perfect.
I just think he's a better athlete at the position. He's an
yeah.
insane athlete, and I happen to hold the belief that he is going to win Buffalo their first Super Bowl.
100% I agree. I think he's just an absolute beast, completely different type of athlete in the
Yep.
NFL. I think he's athletic and with a cannon, and not only has improved every single year, but I don't see a ceiling on this guy at all. I think he can only get better.
This is a huge projection, but I'm pretty confident in this one. Out of all the projections, I feel good about this one.
Yeah, I agree.
So, running back, I went with O.J. Simpson. Off the field stuff notwithstanding, he is like one of the definitive backs in the entire history of this league, and arguably the best player, just as a player, to ever put on the Bills uniform.
Take the off the field stuff off the table, and you absolutely have a great athletic specimen, total stud. Unfortunate how how life works out, unfortunately. But I'm a little bit more of a Thurman Thomas guy.
A little more versatile.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit more versatile. He's a running guy from that whole stretch when they went through 4 different Super Bowls.
Yep.
One of those guys I actually kind of agree with. Like, man, should have gotten a ring. Him and
that is a common theme with the Bills.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of these dudes that absolutely deserve to win at least one of those damn Super Bowls.
There's a couple of these guys I feel bad for.
So wide receiver 1, I went Andre Reed.
Okay.
Bills all-time receiving leader. All-time receiving leader.
Yeah.
Multiple Pro Bowls, multiple All-Pros. Most reliable weapon of Jim Kelly during those years where they went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Wide receiver 1, Andre Reed.
That's right there with you. I would love to see him a true number 1 guy. Not that Stephon Diggs isn't, but the offense that we're building around Josh Allen, a guy like that would just be so great to have.
And speaking of Stephon Diggs, that's why I have a wide receiver 2. Stephon Diggs.
Right there with you. I love Diggs. Like I said, I think he's top 4 wide receiver in the league right now. His connection with Josh Allen, again, I don't care how stacked this offense is. I want one guy who Josh Allen knows he can throw it to.
And I think it's also I think it's great to state that going forward, with him just being extended in Buffalo, him and Josh Allen are only going to grow together. Man. So I think this is another bit of a projection, but
I think it fits. I think it's a fair one.
Yeah. And then I went 3 receivers. So at wide receiver 3, I got Eric Moulds. Another consistent Pro Bowler and All-Pro.
Right there with you.
Tight end. Pete Metzelaars, I hope I said it right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Not necessarily a receiving threat, but a running threat. And when you have O.J. Simpson, that's equally valuable.
I got Charles Clay.
Okay.
In the brief period that I got to watch Charles Clay play for Buffalo, love the receiving threat that he brought. Didn't matter who his quarterback was. He was going to be a red zone threat. I can't even really name any other wide receivers during that time. So it was literally just Charles Clay in
Buffalo?
Yeah, during Charles Clay's time. I can't name
Might have been Stevie Johnson. He might have still been there.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, nobody of huge note, though.
I can't even, like I said, I'm drawing a blank on names.
Yeah.
I would like, in an offense like this, no disrespect to Thurman, but we got Josh Allen here. We're air raiding the hell out of this. So I'm going to go with Charles Clay.
And moving on to the big guys up front. Left tackle, Jason Peters. Athletic freak, really started coming into his prime in Buffalo, and former tight end, looked great, but ended up going to Philly for the rest of his career, or most of the rest of his career, but really started coming into his own there.
Yeah, I got the same guy.
Sweet. Left guard, Joe DeLamior.
Yes,
Again,
yep.
Sorry if I got it wrong. Multiple time Pro Bowler and All-Pro, blocked for O.J. Simpson, so we have that consistency there.
Yep.
Center, Kent Hull, 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro. Another just really consistent player on the line.
I'm right there with you.
Right guard, Billy Shaw, This is like the oldest player I think on the roster. We have an AFL All-Star and AFL like
Classic 60s
all
guy.
AFL guy.
Yep.
So yeah, this guy goes way back. Grinder. I think it's easier to translate on the O line or D line than it is in some other positions on here. So I feel
Yeah.
comfortable putting that there.
Yeah.
Then right tackle, I got Will Wolford,
Yeah.
another Pro Bowler, All Pro. Again, we just like it's just O line. Just don't be weak. Damn it.
Yeah, prove
and
that-
we are full of a lot of good players
Be proven
and a
you
couple
can
great
protect
ones.
my quarterback. And
Exactly.
That's what I care about.
Now moving on to the defensive side of the ball,
Okay.
we're gonna get the real obvious one out of the way right now. Bruce Smith,
Yep.
first player to ever hit 100 sacks, Bills all-time sack leader, 11-time Pro Bowler, 8-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second team All-Pro, 2-time defensive player of the year, and obviously a Hall of Famer.
Nothing more needs to be said, to be honest. I got
Yep.
him too. Yep.
And then I went with 4 D linemen for mine, by the way. So I got 2 D tackles. I got Kyle Williams and Marcel Darius, 2 modern players. Kyle Williams, really just like duration in Buffalo. He was there a long time.
Yeah.
Multiple-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro. Marcel Darius wasn't there as long, but his peak was like a first-team All-Pro season.
Yeah.
So getting a first-team All-Pro at the other D tackle spot, I like, and along with super consistent Kyle Williams.
Darius was just absolutely a monster wrecker. Dude could destroy your O-line even if it was absolutely shored up the way that you thought it would.
Yeah,
Got him on my list as well. And then, I'm a Kyle Williams fan myself.
nice.
Yeah.
At my other DN spot, I got Aaron Schobel,
Okay.
second all-time in sacks for the Bills,
Yep.
and another Pro Bowler and All-Pro. So we
Easy pick.
are littering those on this Bills roster.
Yeah, we've got pretty
Yeah.
much the same.
He's also from the modern era, and I don't know if it's still this way, but I know when he retired,
Mm-hmm.
he held the record for the most sacks on Tom Brady,
Really?
which is it's always nice for Bills fans to hear
I
that
mean,
you
you gotta have
beat
something.
up Brady a little bit,
You
right?
gotta have something against Brady.
Exactly,
It's-
gotta have
it's-
something.
It's been brutal.
I really wanted the Bills to get to the Super Bowl last year just to be like stare across the sideline. We finally got to the Super Bowl and see Tom
and see Tom Brady.
fucking Brady.
Oof. Man, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I really wanted that matchup. So moving on to linebacker, we've got 3 linebackers. Cornelius Bennett as one of them, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All Pro.
Yep.
And then I got Tremaine Edmonds at middle backer.
Right.
Projecting again, I think he's just a really athletic middle backer, and the Bills' defense has been really consistently great in recent years.
Sure.
He's a big part of that. Been a Pro Bowler. So I'm going Tremaine Edmonds.
Okay. Yeah, I need to see a little bit more from Tremaine Edmonds, but
Fair
the
enough.
good news is I've seen enough constant progress
Yeah.
that I'm kind of interested in, and I really do think that we're about to get one of the best Bills defenses we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
The addition of Von Miller is going to be interesting. I think even if Von Miller isn't at peak Von Miller, he's such an athletic freak that as paired with a great defense, he's going to be like it's going to be almost like DeMarcus Ware coming to Denver
Yeah.
at the end of his career.
Yeah, now he takes on the DeMarcus Ware role.
Yeah, very much.
Cornerback 1, moving in, or yeah, actually, wait, no. Second,
Listen,
I was my third linebacker is Daryl Talley. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yep, Tally's a man.
Yep, another really consistent Pro Bowl, All-Pro guy.
Yep.
A lot of these dudes played in that era where they were going to the Super Bowl and never won it, and it's just like, damn,
bummer.
man, these dudes really deserve them.
It was a bummer. For
So cornerback, the secondary is actually mostly modern. So cornerback 1, I got Tre'Davious White.
sure. Yep, same.
Mostly because one of the best lockdown corners, but he's also a ball hawk. He's been an interceptions co-leader, and I like that a lot.
Yep.
My second one,
Giller.
yeah,
Yep.
I know he didn't really peak until New England,
Yeah.
but I think talent-wise, he absolutely has it in him to have always been number 2 in his Buffalo years.
Sure.
So when you put Tre'Davious White over there, I think you get something much closer to a New England version of Gilmore.
And I'd love to see both of them together.
Yeah, so I think as a number 2, that Buffalo version of Gilmore is perfectly serviceable.
Yeah.
Free safety. An older one, a sort of forgotten player in like the annals of Bills history, Jairus Byrd.
I love Jairus Byrd.
I know. He played there during the years where Buffalo's awful.
Yep.
But he still managed to be a Pro Bowler and All-Pro. He led the NFL in interceptions with 9 from the safety position.
Yep.
Ball hawk. I like to have ball hawks in the secondary
Yes, sir.
generally.
Yes, sir.
So I got Tre'Davious White and Jarris Bird for that. And in
Yep.
strong safety, I went Micah Hyde.
Yep.
I almost went Jordan Poyer.
Yeah.
But I just think that the difference is basically like Hyde has one more All Pro team. That's really the biggest difference. And
He might
I think
be
he's
the best safety duo in the league right now.
might be.
It
And
might
I
be.
just like the versatility of Micah Hyde. He also has more like
Incredibly under.
his history comes from Green Bay. So it's like when he came to Buffalo, he already understood winning a little bit more
think
than
he's a
Jordan
great-
Poyer coming off of being in Cleveland and stuff like that.
I think he's a great he's a great leader for that locker room.
Yeah. So I went Micah Hyde for versatility's sake. And then kicker, I went Dan Carpenter because he's just the most accurate kicker for the Bills ever. And I
Sure.
think that in a bracket of all-time players like this, we can't be missing kicks.
100%. I'm actually gonna go with a modern player here. I'm a Tyler Bass guy. Yeah.
Okay.
After 1 year, I'm convinced he might be the best kicker in their franchise history.
Fair
when
enough.
It's all said and done.
All right, punter, I went Brian Mormon.
Same.
Just really consistent net yards and averages,
Get it,
and did it over a long period of time in Buffalo where the weather's rough.
Kick that fucking ball.
Yeah, so I'm going him, and then for my return guy, I went Terrence McGee, just highest average returns and touchdowns. He's not going to do it every time, obviously, but
No one will.
consistency's sake, that's what we're looking for on special teams.
Yep.
In a bracket like this, there's only a few true like weapons and game changers in the history of special teams.
Yeah.
But what we cannot be is bad.
Yeah.
So-
You need to have someone reliable, and if you've got that, take it.
Precisely.
Yeah.